Somebody message me on my phone if you see us.
All right, I think we're live. Eric, can you see the chat?
We're live. Okay.
Yep, we're good.
Cool.
How you stream?
What's up, guys?
It's pretty good.
So if you guys can give us feedback in the chat, if you're having a hard time hearing us, that would be great because we don't know.
We're basically just looking at this computer and hoping there's somebody on the other side of that sees us.
Right, so please let us know if you actually do it.
Is there anybody?
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
Right.
I mean, is anybody
There you go.
replying in the chat?
Yes, we see you.
Great.
Oh, cool.
So you want to
Someone sees us.
introduce
Destiny
yourself?
says
At least there's one
sounds-
person out there that sees us.
Yeah.
And
So I guess
Should we go around the room and share our names?
Yes.
Sure. Hey, I'm Andy Coonan of the M Machine.
Swarty from the M Machine?
Eric from the M Machine.
oops, and I'm Markus Schulz, and that's my phone, and I'm going to shut this off because I find that rude when the phone goes off
You just told
in
them to
meetings and
message.
stuff like that.
Right. And I'm not being rude. I'm reading
That's actually
questions.
Mr. Pitt. He just messaged.
Good, so it's working.
Sorry, Adrian. You're going to have to hold on for a minute. Sarah, take my phone away from me, please. Sorry, guys.
Good.
Okay, so Marcus, we want to ask you how the tour's going for you.
I think it's been fantastic. Really. Even the days like Monday and Tuesday, was it Tuesday and Wednesday?
Yeah, we did a
The
Tuesday
slow
show.
days? Yeah. Even the slow days were a lot of fun. Like, on these bus tours, there are those days, those Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, even Sundays, which are very difficult. And what did we do? We did Tuesday in Charlotte and Wednesday in Nashville.
Right, both excellent.
And both of them were really, really good. So the whole tour, the weekends have been crazy.
Yeah.
And the Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it was even good. So I'm really happy.
Yeah. Us two, for people who don't know, we get to use Marcus's LED wall for these shows, which is really badass.
Well, that's actually why I, invited you on the tour, because we have this amazing production, and the whole idea was to bring this visual production, and just to have like another DJ play while we put their logo up. For me, I just didn't feel that it utilized everything that we have on tour, and I love you guys' audio visual show. So I'm really happy that you guys are able to be seen on this amazing production, and that was kind of the whole idea of it.
Yeah, it's great for us too.
We're happy to do it.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, he's the guy right here that he rocks the video,
Rocking the video.
rocking it. Every time, during their set, the whole idea is I kind of sneak in. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's always awkward, but
Right.
they're jamming away, and I kind of sneak on stage and sneak over to the gear so I can do my test, make sure everything is ready to go. And so I'm usually hiding behind the decks, queuing things up and chatting with the front of house, making sure they're getting my time code signal and everything. And they're just jamming away right around me. It's pretty. It's kind of a
Yeah, I feel
surreal thing.
like I never noticed you until you've already been up there for like 5 minutes. I'm always curious to know like how much of my like jumping around and like this
I see
bumping
it all.
You've seen everything.
I see it all.
So you know all my moves now.
Last night was a little scary too because I was worried you weren't going to make it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Last night was interesting. I had a gig in Atlanta, a festival, and you guys do a 1 hour set, and we were like, we can't exactly put a hard start time because if for some reason the plane is delayed or not able to get the venue on time, it's what are we going to do? So these guys were standing by on stage, and the minute that I landed, the tour manager, who was also with me in Atlanta, was to message the stage manager and let him know, all right, Marcus is on the ground, get M Machine on stage. And then I had exactly 1 hour from that point to get to the venue.
Right.
But not just to get to the venue, but do my setup and all my tests as well. So it was challenging, but it was fun. Everything was perfect.
Yeah, it was
except
coordinated well. It was coordinated. We had because Coma had to wrap up his set at the end as well, so we
True,
had to sort of get the wave from the side of the
yes, exactly.
Side of
Como
the
was
stage.
standing by because he had to keep playing
Right.
until they got the word for them to start. And the only hiccup was, it was kind of funny, that they had CDJ 1 and 4 switched. So when I was
Right.
mixing in CDJ 4, it was
Right.
on channel 1. And it was crazy because for the first 2-3 songs I had to think about where everything was, and finally I had enough, and I just reached in the back of the mixer and I plugged it.
Out. Yeah.
But I was trying to be very careful. I didn't want to unplug the wrong thing and the whole club was silent. So that was last night. That was fun though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Houston. We were in Houston last night. For those of you that haven't been following along.
Yeah. Can we all agree that Texas shows are awesome?
Yeah.
Texas shows.
So we're gonna be sad to leave the state.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Oklahoma is like the this brother or sister of
I think
Texas.
we
You know?
won't be with you when you for Tulsa show.
we're not gonna.
Oh, you're not coming to Tulsa?
No, because we gotta go to Atlanta.
Right.
Oh, you got. Oh, see.
Right.
Sorry, Oklahoma.
Yeah. So does Coma do a double set, or do we just get some sweet?
I don't know. What are we gonna do?
We could Ustream our show from Atlanta, and you guys could just play it up on the video wall.
That would be fun.
High quality.
Yeah, super. Yeah.
Or what we could do is do the 3D imaging. We can
yeah.
Oh, a little hologram.
Yeah,
hologram you guys
for
up there,
yeah.
kind of like Tupac style,
Yeah.
Tupac at Coachella style.
That's so good. This is a really good plan.
I like it too.
All right, so
If that works, actually, we could do a whole tour that way and just hang out at home.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even have to get on the bus.
all right, so according to our Gmail, next up, we have a lot of questions from people who send in questions on Twitter and stuff. So let's go through some of these. So you want to take us through some of them? So I don't have to do it.
We have questions that people sent in.
Yeah.
Both Marcus and
Yeah.
By the way, that's Sarah Gianetto. She's the blogger who's been blogging.
Show your face.
And of course, Sarah's gonna have to show her face. See, look at that. She's kind of like the control freak on this tour.
She's also a ninja.
A ninja
That's
too.
true.
Yes. She's
Acrobat.
keeping everybody in line.
Right. That's flexible.
Yes.
So here's
We
a
love Sarah.
a rather serious question from Josh Schaefer
Josh.
for both of you. Did your music get better over time? I see a lot of beginning producers give up because the sound is mediocre starting out.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think I don't want to sound too flippant about this, but yeah, I mean everything gets better over time, right? The more that you do something and the more love you put into it, the better the results are going to be. Yeah. And I think for sure, we started out just farting around in it.
I think you have to have confidence in yourself because I remember the first demos that I sent out. I can remember exactly what they sounded like, even though I probably can't find them anywhere. I know the demos I first sent out were awful. I mean, I'm just surprised, But you have to have confidence in yourself, and you do it for the love, not for to be assigned or anything like that. You make music because you love it. It's inside of you, and just getting people to hear the music is just bonus. But I think I'd be making music even if I was only showing it to my mother.
Right. Right. That's what we were all doing. We're all just making tracks, and then one day they were good enough to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. From Melissa Dancer, she wants to know what is your favorite song of the moment.
What's that last song called?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, Coma's last
Yeah,
track.
whatever Coma has to say.
What's Coma's last song?
Coma's got a lot of secret weapons. I asked him about it one time.
Yeah.
He said it was a mashup of a few things.
Oh, right. That's right.
It was loud. I couldn't.
Yeah. It's something of Coma's.
Coma. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on fire. And you know what? He's such a good kid too. I don't want to say kid, but I mean, he's such a good guy to have on the tour because, he's seeing everything for the first time. Like this is the first time he's ever been to Texas. This is the first time he's ever been in Washington. This is the first time he saw the Lincoln Memorial. And to see his eyes, like when he sees everything for the first time, and his expressions, he's like, "Oh my God!" I only saw this on Discovery Channel. It's a lot of fun, but he's on fire right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of Coma around that story.
Yeah.
Tremendously super talented producer and DJ.
Yeah.
We were really surprised consistently because he's had to do a variety of different types of sets
Right.
on this tour.
Right.
I think last night in Houston, he was saying that they had the sound system like really low,
Yeah.
and he could hear the conversation from the people in the front row. And I know that it bothered him, but it's like he just kept going. You know, didn't try not to let anybody see that. You know, 'cause he wanted to go. He wanted to unleash. You know, and he was last night. He was held back by the sound system a little bit, but
Well, he's in that spot, right? When we did this last summer, he's in that spot where Coma's not an open. Coma is a big headliner. He will be, you know, on big stages for the rest of his life, no question. And, you know, we had the same experience last year touring with Porter Robinson and that. So, the fact of the matter is those guys were more seasoned and they had more releases and more fans than us, or they did. And so it's like you gotta play your role for that tour.
Yeah.
He's killing it, but it's not gonna be long before
no. I agree. I think it's paying your dues.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about Coma right now on this tour. Coma's paying his dues, and you know, you see a lot of these guys who like they produce a hit record and then they go on tour, but they've never paid their dues.
Right.
They don't know what it's like, and you know, I've been paying my dues. I paid my dues for like 10 years.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
know?
say we're shaking our head like we understand, but
No, I mean, you guys are on your way as well. I mean, come on, that's the reason why you're on the tour, because there was a big buzz around you guys as well. But you know, you know what? To be honest with you, I think that's why this tour is so special. We've created such like a family atmosphere on it, is because nobody on this tour has had things just handed to them. Everybody's paid their dues or is paying their dues, and everybody can appreciate Coma as he's going through this, because we've all been through it as well.
yeah, and he's doing it with a good attitude.
Exactly.
Yeah. So one thing that's kind of sweet is this tour has 2 buses, and so we have the TMM crew is on a bus with the rest of the crew, and I think one thing that's kind of awesome about that is we like really mashed everybody into like one giant mob, right? So there's no, you know, crew bus versus artist bus or whatever. Everybody's kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
It definitely has been a good ride.
We never did mention what the favorites. You said the last track that Coma plays.
So
Is
I'll
that what
get
that
that.
question was?
Everything Coma.
I think the last EP, the last thing that I really geeked out to was Oliver's EP.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little old now, like a couple months.
This is like a
So
full
old.
Right.
It's just crazy.
It's totally awesome. A duo from LA. These guys are just have some swagger and disco feel that nobody else can really touch right now. It's really cool.
Actually, and because of Coma, our bus, we've been listening to the new Daft Punk stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
right.
So,
Yeah.
Coma's he's a huge fanboy of Daft Punk.
Yeah.
So every morning when we wake up, Coma's sitting there in front of his computer checking the message boards about leaks of the new Daft Punk album, and we're all listening to all the clips all the time. And yeah, he loves Daft Punk. So and you know, I think so for us, it's the Daft Punk.
Yeah, it's a good call. Amazing song.
Okay, so from Crystal Getz, how did you end up touring together?
You better take that one sometimes.
Yeah, well, I think we addressed that earlier. It was, you know, when we put the whole idea of the tour was to bring into some of these smaller venues and these smaller cities like a big production. You know, what people in Ibiza and London and New York and LA, what they're used to. And so we built this whole amazing stage based around LEDs and you know, I've heard all about their audio-visual show. It's like interactive. The audio and the video is interactive, and so for me, it was like I wanted to, you know, not be able to use the production to its fullest. And so yeah, that's how it kind of came together.
Yeah, and when we got word that you were interested in bringing us along, we were so excited. We followed you for a long time. Always check you out when you were in town.
Yeah, and when I went to your studio in San Francisco, I did a party in San Francisco and went over to their studio and we hung out for the afternoon, just kind of, and they have an amazing studio. It's like this warehouse and then there's a studio in it and they have all their, the big M that you guys used to tour with is still in there. It's really cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, from our end, it just looks like an email, you know. Hey, how would you guys like to go on a bus tour with Markus Schulz? So we just give the thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's sweet. What else we got?
Okay, from Anna PL, what is the most memorable show you played to date?
Oh, so not on this tour?
To date or on this tour?
On this
I
tour.
guess it doesn't matter.
This tour.
All right, so
What was the question?
Most memorable show of this tour.
I know what it is.
I do too. Eric, you think you're on
Yeah.
the same page as us?
I'm gonna say Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah, you guys loved Charlotte.
Yeah, it was really
They've
small.
been talking about Charlotte. I mean, I loved Charlotte too.
It was a
funny.
tiny little place,
That
and
was a
like the
surprise.
crowd was just totally crazy and into it, and it was fun.
It was funny because you guys finished off, and I was ready to go on, and the crowd is screaming one more, and I'm like, no. It was cool for me. It was like I was really happy because I love that. You know, I love watching the crowd go crazy with you guys and everything. And it was like almost like no one knew what to do. Like, do they have another song they can play? Do I wait? I mean, what's the protocol? It was kind of cool.
Yeah, can you imagine?
The openers are doing it on the wall.
Yeah, we had
No, but in Charlotte, I think we co-headlined for sure.
Well, I found some bra that got blown up on stage with you.
Oh, yeah, that's
Back
right.
in, was it funny night?
I imagine that's not
Because I'm like queuing up a track, and all of a sudden this broad just like.
Okay, so I have to mention Buffalo too, because you were telling us when you came by SF that Buffalo will be an awesome show, just like flat out told us it would be, and it totally was. And not only was it a good show, but that thing was the strangest,
Yes.
most like the craziest.
It was a haunted hotel.
Yeah, it was a
Haunted
slice of history. Every floor was like this crazy, different, refurbished sort of.
Right, we went on a
Relic.
crazy adventure that
Yeah.
night.
So for those of you who don't know, in Buffalo there's this hotel, and it's been abandoned for I don't know how long, and somebody bought the hotel and they're refurbishing it, and I guess they're starting in the basement and then working their way up. So none of the rooms have been refurbished, nothing. It's still basically abandoned. And we played in the grand ballroom, or the main ballroom, and that part had been refurbished, but it was really funny. Here we are in this ballroom with this giant chandelier, and with
And
our
there was
stage
there
and
was an
everything.
actual benefit going on that day.
Yeah, that was the other thing. They did a double booking. During the daytime, they had some kind of benefit for like organ donors or something.
Really good cause.
Oh, yeah, for a really good cause, and it was just, oh my god, it was like that was a crazy one, for sure. And the other thing they had, I guess, because they had just refurbished the ballroom, they had carpeting all the way around it. New carpeting. They were putting plastic over
Like,
all
like
the carpeting.
saran wrap, like big saran
Yeah,
wrap.
saran wrap, you're right.
So-
We were watching them put it all over the carpet, and we're like, that's not going to last through Coma's set.
Right.
Like, it's going to be tore up during Coma's set. And, the funny thing is, at the end of the night, the plastic was still there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That
It
must have been
survived
better
the
than
entire...
saran wrap.
Yeah, it
That
must have been.
some kind of
It survived the whole
Christmas
night.
miracle.
And then what was outside of the ballroom?
What was outside the ballroom?
The rest of the hotel.
Oh, yeah. The rest of the hotel was haunted and creepy.
Haunted. We found a swimming pool that probably hadn't been used in 70 years down in the basement.
Yeah.
All old tile, like columns, marble.
We heard a rumor that there were Turkish baths. We thought we found it, but I think we just found some big hole in the ground. And the
it was
seal
a
of
tile
Buffalo.
tree. Yeah, we found the seal of the city of Buffalo, a big gold seal.
It's like
Pretty awesome.
8 feet tall. Alright, anyway. Buffalo.
Okay, Kendra Lale wants to know if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Eat one thing.
Good question.
Oh.
That is a bummer.
It's like a specific hell.
I think I've thought about this. I think it's got to be sushi. I could probably do that every day.
Yeah.
There's enough variety in sushi that I could eat different things every day.
Man, that would suck though.
If it was like
a bummer.
only spicy tuna rolls, that might get old or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have a good answer for that. Everything I can think of eating every day sounds miserable.
Gummy bears. I could eat gummy bears every day for the rest of my life.
Haribo?
Haribo gummy bears.
Yeah.
Or Nutella.
Okay, yeah. Both good, both good.
I'm just gonna yield to Marcus.
Your German roots that are showing through.
Kinder for something, right?
Haribo macht Kinder vor, genau. Haribo makes
Makes kids happy.
kids happy.
Hannah PL has another good question. How do you handle negative feedback on anything you've done, whether it's a track,
I think we've
performance,
heard any
etc.?
negative feedback, haven't we?
So,
Have you ever heard
yeah.
any negative feedback?
Not applicable.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? It's art. What we do is art, and I've said this many times, but everybody looks at the Mona Lisa differently. Some people will look at the Mona Lisa and say overrated, and then other people look at the Mona Lisa and cry. So you just kind of have to take everything with a grain of salt.
I I think if you're not making certain people uncomfortable, then you're not doing your job. Right? Because if you do the safe thing that everybody expects and you do the thing that everybody's seen or heard before, then what's the point? You want to do something that's new and fresh and interesting. By definition,
And
that's
evolve,
gonna-
grow as an artist. You can't stand. I think if you're not evolving, you're dying as an artist. So
Yeah, it's the most true. So, if you're doing your job right, then some people are going to get a little upset. That should make you feel good. Obviously, you want everybody to be happy. So,
see, he said that, not me.
Okay, well then for the M Machine in particular, from Hello Jackie, she asks, where does the inspiration to write music come from?
I mean, yeah, specifically to sit down and write. That's like a habit now. We've been doing that since we were little. But in terms of artistically, like who do we listen to, and then get really excited to go work on something. It's different for all of us. And it changes all the time. It's like so random, where inspiration comes from. This question comes up constantly. This is by far the most common interaction we have with the language. It's, what's your inspiration? Who are your influences? It's so many different people. So the best thing you can do is list your favorite bands, because of course they're going to seep into your work. And
I have a very philosophical take on this. One of my favorite quotes ever. REM's one of my favorite bands ever. And Michael Stipe talked about writing "Losing My Religion," and saying that they didn't really write it; they discovered it. It was almost as if the song was already there. And I think that feeling when you're writing music and you hear something and it's just there for the taking. It's as if the melody or the chord has to be the one. Like, that feeling is such a unique and cool feeling, almost like discovery. And to me, that's the most motivating part about the whole thing. That little moment when you stumble into something that's really beautiful.
yeah, it's obviously right. It's like that's the note. That's the
or the mix or the whatever. It's like when you find that really cool piece.
It already exists. You just have to find it.
Yeah, it's a really funny feeling, but I love it.
And Marcus, Roger Suarez asks, what advice can you give to people wanting to get into production?
Advice for people wanting to get into production. I think, my career didn't change until I discovered who I was as an artist. I worked at a studio, and I was doing a lot of remixes back in the day for pop artists and major labels, but I wasn't happy because I was doing whatever they wanted me to do. I was doing what was expected. And not until I moved to London and kind of, try to figure out who I was as an artist is when my career really took off. And I think that's my advice: is figure out who it is that you are as an artist, what your sound is, what you represent. Because if you chase after whatever's hot at the moment, let's say for example you blow up, you make a track and it's hot and everything, but it's exactly it's something that you've been chasing. I don't think you're going to burn out, because you really won't be happy with who you are as an artist if you're constantly chasing something. So I really think that my biggest advice is really figure out who it is that you are as an artist, and just work on that. And it's really rewarding when you're making music that represents you, music that you'll be able to look back on many, many, many years from now and be proud of.
Yeah. Also for you, from Rob Lazari, he says New World Punx brings the mid-90s feel when acts like Chemical Brothers brought an edgier sound to dance music. Was this the goal?
Yeah, for sure. It's funny. I'm a trance guy. I'm not ashamed to say it. Ferry's a trance guy. We've been in the trance scene forever, but sometimes trance gets a little bit too serious, and those euphoric moments on the dance floor when everybody's standing around for 2.5 minutes. For me, it's always been uncomfortable, and so I've always, in my solo sets, have always tried to look for a different way of presenting trance. And I think when we came up with the New World Punx project, Ferry and I both in the same kind of feeling, and that is let's put some fun back into it. Let's put sex, drugs, and rock and roll back into trance. And it's sometimes it can be too serious. And I think maybe that's why it has that 90s feeling. That was in the 90s, 90s trance was a lot different. And I'm not saying that what we're doing as New World Punx is anything like 90s trance, but maybe it has a little bit of that, rebellious feel that's missing in today's trance scene.
For the M Machine from Kyle Johnson, do you guys have any pre-show rituals?
Yeah.
Besides stealing the vodka from my rider.
Oh no, that's
The
malarkey.
champagne. I know somebody keeps
We leave-
opening
we
up
leave
the
the
bottle of
champagne
vodka in my rider. I don't know why. Every time I show up at the venue, it's been opened.
Well, now let's make sure we know who's it's possible. We don't know what's on our.
It's them. See, it's
That's
them.
right.
They're admitting to it.
We already discussed it. We were prepared for this question. There's one pre-show ritual that's consistent. Everything else is random. The only one is chanting Coma.
Yeah.
We can't.
Really?
Yeah, we can't stop standing up and going Coma. Can't stop doing it.
Especially when he's around, too. Yeah.
Because we imagine
We had the
him.
whole room going the other day.
Coma's Colombian, right?
It's Colombian, yes.
But we've decided that we are going to imagine his image as a Hawaiian
Yeah.
god sort of erupting from this this underwater
Coma, the
world.
Hawaiian god.
Yeah. Sorry if that wasn't the way you were trying to go, Coma.
Hazel Fox wants to know if she could meet you after your set. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's your girl.
Yeah, go to the merch booth after we're done. We go to the merch booth and shake hands, take pictures. We're selling T-shirts. Finally, we should have brought a T-shirt to the show. We'll Instagram our T-shirts.
Good idea.
But yeah, we're always at the merch booth, maybe 25 minutes after our set is over. So see you there.
Do you guys have any more questions you want to ask each other?
Who keeps drinking my vodka?
Coma.
Coma, blame it on
It's
Coma.
definitely Coma. Yeah.
We have a thing we blame it on whoever's not there.
Right.
So right now Coma's being blamed for all the missing vodka. Although I don't think Coma's I think who gave Coma a shot the other night? Sarah.
And just Sarah.
Just Sarah, yeah.
yeah.
No, we
Sarah
had
gave
nothing
Coma-
to do with this.
Yeah.
Coma's been a really good boy
Jaeger
because
bomb.
I warned him. And Sarah is the one who's trying to corrupt our innocent little Coma.
Yeah. It might be part of the problem. Might be. Thank you guys for tuning in with us.
Thanks, guys.
There's more dates. We should tell them. There's more shows to see.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more
Where
shows.
you can buy
I don't-
tickets.
Where are we right now anyway?
We're in Austin.
We're Austin. So we've got Tulsa coming up. We have Denver coming up.
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. Oh, that Albuquerque, please, guys. Albuquerque is like a really cool city, and if you guys are anywhere around the Albuquerque, travel there because it is beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to Albuquerque. Then after Albuquerque, I'm leaving for Asia for a week, and then we take a holiday. Everybody kind of needs a week off.
I didn't know you were going to be in Asia.
Yeah, I'm heading over to Asia for 4 gigs,
Yeah.
and then I meet you guys back, and we continue. We do San Diego 2 shows,
2 nights in a row.
then we go to Arizona, Scottsdale, Phoenix, and that's going to be awesome because that's my hometown. That's where I lived for almost 10 years. So all my Arizona peeps, old school and new school, looking forward to seeing you all, and then the grand finale at Avalon. So. And we might have something very exciting to announce about Avalon. I'm not sure
Even
what the
TMN.
situation is.
What's the Markus Schulz stuff?
Yeah, we can MarkusSchulz.com. You can get tickets there. I don't know. Just point me to the stage and let me do my thing. Here I am, like
These people are on U Stream, right? They're like-
They know how to do
Yeah,
it.
they know how to get.
yeah. They probably, you guys could probably tell us better where we're going after this.
Well, thanks again, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Fun.
Thanks for watching.